And we're back.
Hello.
Okay.
So, Aster, you are. It's probably been only like 2 minutes or so when I think you're walking along. Mercer's in front of you. Both of the other shepherds are behind you, and you hear a whisper from your mask. Now is the time. Now is the time to take the rig. Mercer. Mercer is the power behind the throne. He is more alone than he has been in a long time. He is vulnerable. Do you say anything back? Because
Um,
I think generally you talk out loud.
yeah. No, I'm just getting ready for something.
Okay. Um. So I think you feel the mask put a compulsion upon you. Um. They yeah. You whispered me an idea, Zen. That
Mhm.
idea is good if there was like a 10 plus or you got a bonus from it, but I don't think it's quite how to put this. Oh, that's also a thing. Yeah, actually, let's do that. Um, you, I think, yeah, you feel a compulsion to attack Mercer from behind, and I think that you notice as that you feel this coming on, um, both of the other guards behind you just sort of like fall farther back, and then they seem to kind of stop following you entirely. Um, what do you do?
Um, I want to resist the compulsion,
Okay.
but as my mask is, it's a shitty precedent to set because I want this to happen, but I don't want to get screwed over in the future. I was gonna say if I'm unmasked, my heart goes to 0. Um, so, but I don't want the mask to be able to unmask me at any point in the future when I don't want to be screwed.
That would be bad. But
Yeah,
the thing about that is the move already states what happens on a 6 minus, unlike most moves. So on the 6 minus of Master Your Mask, it won't unmask you.
right. So basically, it's just spending hold on me right now.
It's yeah, because it was able to compel you from last session's 6 minus of you asking it what to do. So it is using that now, and it's the only. It basically is spending hold. Yeah.
Right. So I think it just happens then.
Um. Does it?
I,
The moves. I
I,
thought the move said act under fire to resist if you wanted to. I'll check if that's true. If it just happens, then it just happens. But
I
I
mean, on
thought
a miss, it has its own agenda. Act under fire if you don't follow it.
exactly.
Okay.
Um, so that's it. If you don't follow it, then you would be acting under fire, which you said you were resisting.
All right.
So
Let's see if I can.
you are,
I
yeah.
really want to. I really want to fail this, which means I'm not going to, but I really want to. Partial.
Okay. Um, so you succeed, but I don't think I think Mercer doesn't think you succeeded. Um, so you stop. I think it takes all of your willpower to do this. You stop for a moment. You have to like almost close your eyes and just think again, like focus your willpower against resisting the mask, and it works. But you open your eyes, and Mercer is there with a machete, and he just says, um, "Actually, Yeah, he's there with his machete, like pointed at you. He says, what did you do to my shepherds?" And I think maybe the mask is keeping you from noticing, and now that you've resisted it, you notice yourself. There are like spores all over the air. And if you you look back, and both of the other shepherds are just lying unconscious, like they look like they went to sleep, like peacefully. They're just lying on the ground, a good 20 feet back, in the middle of the walkway that you're standing on. They were drifting behind you as you walked, so they aren't puffing or anything like that, and so they're only a couple feet in front of your face and have stopped when you resist the compulsion. So Mercer is not under their sway, but he's looking at you, steel-eyed, and yeah. He wants to attack you now because he thinks you were lying before. What do you do?
Well, I think I will say. What do I say? I say.
He just has a machete, right? Just walk backwards and back into the spores, right?
No, I think I look at him and say, living like this is complicated. I am not always in control.
Okay.
I see what he reacts with that.
Yeah. Let's find out what the seduce manipulate roll.
That's a 5.
Yep.
For all you audio listeners.
Yes. That is a 5. So he says the 5. Yeah. I don't think I inflict harm because I think that fighting Mercer one-on-one is bad enough. So I think he says simply, "Well then, if you get able to control yourself, then you're more of a danger than I thought." And he, he's not that far away, but so he steps forward in range of you and begins to attack. He swipes his machete straight at your head and massive, thinking to start with.
All right.
You do.
So he wants to tussle, does he?
He does.
Oh, this would probably be one-on-one combat.
Mm-hmm.
Who's here? Single combat. Well, but there's no quarter in that. It's always to the death.
And you don't. Well, I think it's if one of you want to stop fighting, you can choose. I believe.
All right.
Let me check. Battle moves.
If both of you prefer to fight on, blah blah blah. If one of you prefers to end the fight, though, the other prefers to fight on, then the former must choose flee, submit to the latter's mercy, or fight on. After all, so it's you keep fighting until the last person stops fighting.
Yeah, you have to fight him until he doesn't want to fight anymore.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, let me check. Is that a thing? Is making them feel fear as part of that move?
No. You can either inflict or suffer little. That's all you get.
Well, we'll see we'll see what you do. For that.
Yeah, it's on 10 plus both on a 7 to 9 1. On a miss, the opponent chooses one against you. Okay.
Yep.
All right. I'm
Are you gonna fight him?
That. Yeah, I am.
Okay.
I have a plan. I have a plan if this goes poorly. So that's a 9.
So what does that mean?
It means I'm going to suffer little harm.
That's good because I have a custom move that I made for Mercer. I've revealed it now. When you exchange harm with Mercer, he counts as a small gain.
Okay.
So, simple. So his machete is normally 3 harm. He would deal 4 harm with that. Reducing it back down to 3 because you take less harm.
So that's. I didn't say I was being scary as fuck, and he's not scared of me, so I'm guessing that extra armor doesn't.
To anyone else, yeah, we already fictionally established he's not scared of you.
Yeah.
I
So
don't
that
think
extra
so
armor,
this time.
I don't think it applies. All right, so that's 1 harm for me. Congratulations.
And please make the harm move.
That's a large number.
You are either it's worse than it seemed, or you're incoherent or unconscious. That unconscious one's boring, so you take 1 additional harm.
All right. Fine.
I think, yeah.
If I die, I'm just coming back more weird. I don't care.
Okay. So what happens? I think he probably doesn't hit you with the actual first swing. You're in single combat for an exchange.
Yeah. Was he going after my mask? Was he trying to take that off of me?
Not that specifically.
All right.
So he doesn't know. He doesn't know about that. And you've dealt your harm to him as well. Now you're unarmed.
That is correct.
Okay. Or technically the grenade launcher, but you're not using it.
No, that's for close quarters. That's generally a bad idea.
just a tad. But that's a good last resort.
Fuck this shit. I will kill us both.
Yep. Okay. Let's see.
I win and we both lose.
It's a good go aggro thing to do if you're gonna lose.
It's
Or if
true.
you're trying to get him to back off. I was looking for something. I'm forgetting much. Oh well. Oh right, I was looking for how much harm unarmed does. That's what it was.
I think it might just be 1.
I think it's just 1. Which means he doesn't take any harm because he is a gang. So I think that even with your hardened fists, I'm pretty sure it's just 1. Like many knives is 2 harm, so fists seems like 1. So yeah, I think that either you aren't hitting, he's big and he seems to be much faster than, he has a very broad physique, but he's much faster than that physique would seem. Anything that would actually majorly punish him, he just dodges or swipes it at you with the machete before you can finish the blow. I don't think he would say anything either. He I think when he is fighting, he's just silent and just focused. Obviously, he wants to keep fighting.
Right.
His intention here is to kill you because he thinks you need to be put down before you kill more people.
And I gotta look.
The spores are still behind you, fictionally.
Where are we exactly?
You're just in a walkway, having basically a knife fight in the middle of at 5 a.m. Just on a walkway on the way to.
Is it like a catwalk? Are we on a bridge of some kind? What? Describe my environment.
Why don't you do that? Actually, that sounds more fun if you do it.
All right. So yeah, I think we're on we're in the inner balcony area. It's rooms to one side and just open pit to the other with a railway.
Okay.
And that leads down a couple stories to whatever's below.
Okay.
And I think it's 5 a.m., so there wouldn't be anybody around anyway. I don't think where actually matters, but.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
You wanna?
I needed a different move because there's no way I can even inflict harm by doing this.
A different choice, yeah.
Yeah.
You could try to take the machete.
But with a 10 plus, you get both, which is nice. On a 7 to 9, yeah. You can try to take the machete. Like, you can switch to a different move if you're not trying to straight out kill them. Yeah.
It's just weird. It's just weird that single combat is like even more limited than seized by force. Like that, there should be other options.
I think it's meant to be. I think the single combat. This move reminds me a bit of John Wick, where they just like the John Wick 2, the other like assassin. They just kept fighting over and over and over again until one of them finally like gave up.
Right.
And then they talked. Like they talked beforehand and they talked after. That during the fight, it was basically just them fighting for like 10 minutes. That was that scene.
Yeah, I think I need to get.
I still found it.
I think that's a
yeah. Okay. So you're not even going to try and harm him at all. You're just going to get his weapon.
I mean, getting his weapon would be like a seized by force move, right? So there would still be harm exchanged.
That is correct, actually. But I mean, you don't. It's not like regular single combat. This is I want a weapon more than that.
Yeah.
Harm would be a side effect. Okay. Let's roll that then. That's better.
That's a lot better. Happy with the 12. All right.
Yeah. What do you choose?
Well, I've got too many things open right now. Okay, there it is. Well, I'm going to take definite and undeniable control of it. It being his weapon.
His weapon. His machete.
And I think as I get it, I swipe at him and inflict terrible harm. And jump away right afterwards and suffer little harm.
You exchange harm, but first roll plus hard, so I think you would have the weapon before you exchange harm. So that makes sense. So it's 2 harm on each side, including the fact that he counts as a small game.
Okay, that's. Does he actually take 2 harm or any of that at all?
No, he takes 2 harm.
Okay.
But you said, what was your third option? You said inflict terrible harm?
I'm going to take definite control, inflict terrible, and suffer little.
And suffer little. Okay.
I'm not looking to impress here. This is dirty fighting.
Okay, then you would take 1 harm. So roll that, and then we'll see what happens to him. He definitely takes 3 harm.
Harm is negated. 9.
Okay.
Why can't I roll low when it matters?
So you swipe at him, and then I think you have definite control of it and undeniable control. So the knife doesn't drop at all. What is the third option? There's a third option, I believe. Let me check. I was looking at you either lose your footing, lose your grip, lose track of someone or something you're attending to, or you misnoticing something important. Okay. One of those 2 will happen, because I don't think footing or grip makes sense here. Actually, would Mercer want to run here with his machete? And you've just such terrible harm to him?
I mean, he who fights and runs away.
But his job is to protect fleas. And he's...
Yeah, but he's not necessarily running away. He would probably look at it more as a tactical retreat while yelling for more shepherds, you know?
So I think you lose your footing then.
Okay.
And you like get his knife and swipe at him with it hard. There's like a bloom of red on his under his armor as you deal 3 harm to him, which is he's still an NPC. Speaking of how much is that on NPC? That's like they're gonna die, basically.
That's it's 50-50.
Okay, it's Mercer, so it's not immediately fatal, but yeah, he's gonna die very soon. So yeah, I think you like stab him probably like right near the heart, like in his chest, through his ribs, or like slicing through his ribs, and then because you keep definite control of the knife, you pull it out and it starts bleeding really badly. And he gasps in pain, but even through that, he like kicks your legs out from under you, and you drop to the ground, and he just starts like running away. I think he's still in shock, so he's not limping or anything. He's just going full speed right now, sprinting away. Yeah.
All right.
What do you do?
It was never my intention to kill Mercer, but it is my intention to kill someone else. Where is he running toward? Like, can I figure where he's trying to get to?
He doesn't know that Kim is injured, so he is running to Kim's place. He's going around basically. What he's planning to do. I should have made you read the situation, but too late. He's going to plan and he's going to do this. Like that's his plan basically, to try to get Kim to treat him because he doesn't know that Kim can't.
All right. Then since her defenses are down, I'm heading to Fleece.
Okay, fun. I almost said he was heading to Fleece, but I think that I don't think that he'd think of that.
He's a coward baby
So-
who doesn't want to die.
Okay.
Yeah, I figure most of the shepherds are probably dealing with nonsense. Mercer's down for the count. Never be a better
now's
time.
a good time. So let's cut back to Whisk and Kim. So I think Whisk, you probably just gotten Joyce to everything. You've just woken her up. She has, she has like her snow clothes on as like her bathrobe, basically.
Yeah. I also want to point out that I did send Mimi back to the studio.
Okay. The studio?
Yeah, the
Is that-
abandoned radio place.
Okay. She can't get there without being able to see. Like she would ask you, like, do you want her to just take off the bandages for now?
Not take off, but I'll get one eye free.
Okay.
Still
yeah,
concealing, but not super blindy.
Yeah, just not fully. Okay, she will.
She can also just hide in a drug lab.
Yeah, but that's kind of a high traffic area right now.
Yeah. Okay, so Mimi isn't there. She took off, and then Joyce is there looking over Kim, and she's just saying, "This is, oh boy, this is really bad." I think you see her just sort of like, I'd say hesitating. I'm not quite sure. Yeah, you can read her if you want to
Slap
know more,
her.
but she's just not. Okay, you slap her. What do you say?
Slap her. We need to stop the bleeding right now. How do we do that?
And Kim's not being helpful. He's like, get a torch. Bring me a torch. It's almost time.
Okay. Roll. I think you got to roll seduce manipulate. Which is
Okay.
good. Hot for you.
Uh,
But she is not an angel. She is an angel in training.
It's really
Nice.
good.
Okay. So, I can suddenly hear an echo when I'm loud, but I don't hear it now, so maybe it was already talking. She says, she like pulls herself together and closes her eyes and takes like a deep breath and says, "Okay." And then she like starts, she directs you, like, she points at a shelf and says you to grab that, and then she gets into work mode.
mhm.
And I think that, yeah, she starts treating him. Now, there is a move for being treated, I believe, by an NPC. Let me check. I have it under healing. If there's no angel, which technically there's not one available right now, there's a particular NPC medic. There's an NPC. Yeah, they are named. I usually just go with one bar to cost make them buy. If that's appropriate time when character's segment healed. Oh, that's just like Okay. That's talking about just if no character is an angel in the whole campaign.
Right.
Yeah.
You can just buy.
There isn't really
If
any
there's an
rules
NPC.
for this.
Okay, interesting. What would
I mean,
be the most interesting thing to happen? Yeah,
They work for Kim,
they do.
so
work
they would
for
have
them.
access to Kim's stock.
Hmm.
Yes,
So they
without
could
destroying-
use Kim's stock to heal Kim.
Yeah.
I mean, you could just say that she puts
Um,
me on life support long enough for me to stop being insane.
yeah, I think it takes some time. I think what might make the most sense could be, yeah, you can just roll to treat yourself if you want to.
All right, let's
Yeah.
do it.
Like either she treats you as good as you would have treated yourself, or she just delays you dying until you are actually able to treat yourself.
Right.
Okay.
The real
I'm
question is,
helping,
does
right?
Mercer get here first?
That would, I believe, the roll depends on that. He hasn't gotten here yet, because there wasn't a 6- or anything like that. He will get here later if things go well, because that will give you more time to handle everything. So we'll see.
So I'm helping.
Okay, roll to help.
Fucking
Okay,
Nailed it.
not-
Mercer shows up.
Okay.
So, I think you're helping Joyce, and then you're sort of in the back, probably even in the drug lab, grabbing some like sedative or something that was recently manufactured. And yeah, you hear Joyce scream, and like I assume running out of the door, probably like grabbing your weapon. Yeah, you see Mercer like bloody. He opened the door and then like stumbled in, and then just fell flat. And blood is beginning to pool under him.
Okay,
his eyes at the entrance.
I'm going to shout at Joyce. I'm going to say, "You keep helping Kim. I'll clean up Mercer and get him good to go.
Okay.
Right? We can do this. Just one job at a time.
Okay.
So cool head.
Yep. I think my first thing would be act under fire. I think we'll do this first. Act
Okay.
under fire to keep Mercer alive long enough for
I don't
Joyce
want to keep him
Kim.
alive.
Well, here's what happens.
Keep
Like,
him alive long enough to be treated. Basically,
Kim is
properly.
basically-
No, I don't want to
insane.
do that. I'm lying to Joyce
Well-
about me helping Mercer.
Oh, you're lying. Okay, I didn't.
No,
realize
I'm
that.
going to let him bleed the fuck out.
Okay, I didn't know that.
I'm sure this salt will clean the wound out real well. Just pour it on.
Yeah.
you see Kim
Oh, no,
starting to
the-
get up off the table.
Bleach is fine. It's clean. Bleach cleans things.
Oh no, his wounds are too jagged for stitches. I need to open them.
Yeah, perform surgery with some sort of saw. Let's go with that. I need
but-
to amputate. Okay.
Kim's getting off the table, and he's like, "Help me get him onto the bed."
Well, you haven't been treated yet.
I know.
That's just happened. Okay.
He's still
I shall
not
fucking
completely sane.
sedate him.
Joyce is your staff, so if you say take him onto the bed, and she will by default not listen to Whisk. Whisk, do you press that? Do you press the matter to make her listen to you instead of drugged up Kim?
I mean, you can convince Kim too.
You don't have to convince Kim. Kim is not physically able to move Mercer. You and Joyce
Yeah.
working together, Whisk can, and so if you can convince Joyce to ignore Kim.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna press Joyce. I'm gonna tell Joyce that Kim's not obviously in his right mind. He's a little bit hazy. You need to take care of Kim so Kim can take care of more people. Right? We can address Mercer as soon as Kim is stable, but we need to stabilize Kim.
Okay.
I'll get Mercer onto the table. You just stabilize Kim.
And there's just the slowly growing pool of red behind you as you're talking.
Yeah,
Roll
no, I'm
plus
proud.
odds.
Yeah, okay.
Arterial spurts going in all directions.
Yeah, you're probably you're kicking Mercer from behind the table that she can't see. Okay, yeah, she's like, okay, and she looks at you with I'm sure you won't remember this, Kim. But she like just mouths sorry to you, and then Narcus stabs you, and you
Oh
drift
no!
off into dreamland.
You know,
Unless you'd like
like,
to interfere.
Can I act under fire?
I said unless you'd like to interfere.
Yeah, I think Tim's definitely interfering. So
Okay.
I still have a 0
Now,
with
even with an
whisk.
interfering means yes, she'll still do it, but you will still ask for something.
And this interfering.
-1 bringing down to 9. So instead, what happens is like Joyce looks at Kim, looks at like Mercer, looks at you, Whisk, and says, "If he fires me, hire me, okay? I need a job."
fucking deal. And then I'm just like, I have Mercer like under my arms, and I'm dragging him over to a table.
So
You know,
yeah,
just-
Joyce is trying to restrain you, Kim, and inject you with
Okay.
Narco stab. And you brought him action under fire. Do you think that you're already like basically like really really drunk, staggeringly so? Do you think it makes sense to act under fire if you are resisting?
I think the question
'Cause
is if you fail when you're trying to resist, is that going to inflict a harm?
Yeah.
And do you think you're lucid enough to even realize what she's doing? Because you were speaking until Mercer walked in, you were speaking about things that were like
Right.
visions and stuff that wasn't there.
I don't think I'm going to act under fire. Like he definitely resists,
But not in a
but
real
not
way.
competently enough that.
not in a mechanically significant way.
Yeah.
I mean,
Okay.
the problem is if I do it, right?
Well,
Do
you
I
just
do it
groan
well
the word
enough?
no while it's happening.
No.
punching someone doesn't mean dealing them 1 harm always, because that means bringing them half to death if they're a normal NPC.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Punching someone once, so there's some
Yeah.
leeway.
Okay.
Um,
And yeah, I just get knocked out, and Mercer dies.
so
We did it.
what does Joyce see when she turns around after Narco stabbing Kim and bandaging up his wounds and applying it? Which we'll roll in a sec. Actually, let's roll it now because it's happening now. So
Okay.
she's treating you, Kim. How much stock is she spending? I imagine she might spend as much as she could.
She's doing it, not me.
Okay.
Then 3.
She would spend 3.
And there's no more stock left.
Literally the most. Okay, she would spend 2 then. She'd want some stock left for Mercer.
Okay. I guess that makes sense. She doesn't know Mercer's dead yet.
Exactly.
Oh, wait. Why did I roll +2? Oh, okay. Fine.
She was good, yep. Okay. So, what happens on a 10 plus for this?
I get more XP, and I go back to 9 o'clock.
Right.
Actually, 6 o'clock, and
Yep.
I get 1 back, so I have 2 supply.
Okay.
Let's see, stabilize. 9 o'clock passed. Yeah, 6 o'clock and choose 2. Yep.
Cool.
I really wanted to die helping somebody, but oh well.
A shame.
not
the
this
nurse
time.
doesn't yeah. There's always tomorrow.
Yep.
So after bandaging up your wound, and you're stable. What does Joyce see when she turns around? And Zen, I'm hearing myself echo on you for some reason, just a tiny bit when I'm loud.
That's strange. Headphones, just in case. There.
Yeah, I've helped Mercer up onto a table, and just kind of like, make it look like I tried, but I'm incompetent.
Is that a liver? You don't need that.
So you waited, you waited until he died, and then you you bandaged the wounds, and then you put alcohol on it or something. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Let me write that down. Mercer is dead. How were you acting in the face of Mercer being dead.
Oh no. No, I think I'm probably just my same kind of cool level-headed self.
Yeah.
You know?
Okay.
So cooperative murder, high five.
Woo!
Yep. Teamwork. She goes over to him and like checks his pulse. Maybe even you pretend to think he's gonna be okay, or something like that. And she's like, he's gone.
I mean, it's a shame, but you did what you had to do.
She looks at Kim. It's just, yeah. Worst timing.
No kidding.
Okay. So let's cut back to Aster. It's like 5:30 in the morning now. And we see you, well, I don't think you might. Do you just like barge down the front door, or are you gonna go sneak Aster? Like, do we see just the door barge open, or do we see like what's happening with Felice? And then you're just in the background somewhere. Which
Um,
take. Also, you have a grenade
well-
launcher, so you don't even have to enter if you want to go full. Like,
No, she needs to know. She needs to know why.
okay.
Well, since I am Batman for this session, yeah, I think I'll just be subtly in the background. What's Fleece up to?
All right. So it's not just.
Imagine
Fleece,
she's
it's-
not asleep.
No. I think we see Fleece and the Mash. Now Fleece and Mash are there. I think that Fleece is one of the only people in the grid, perhaps the only person who has a multi-floor house. So I think she is down. I think we don't actually see Fleece at first. We see Mash. We see him go downstairs and get 2 glasses of water and some like I guess whatever is like hard food or something like that, not fruits and vegetables, like probably some bread. And
Some
2
cheap
glasses
cheese.
of water, basically. Yeah, and bringing it upstairs. Well, I guess he's downstairs, and yeah, you see him downstairs, but no one else is downstairs. Police's like bedroom is upstairs, as well as like literally half of her house. Do you step out here, or do you like silently follow Mash?
No. Like, I'm going to. Do I have the drop on Mash if I need it?
He's like carrying 2 glasses of water with like a loaf of bread or something under his arm.
All right, awesome.
And he's heading back upstairs.
Yeah, good. He's on the list. I think I'll take that there machete and and just very silently probably slit his throat if
Yeah.
he can't see me.
Like the beginning of Witcher 2 Assassination of Full Test style, like he doesn't see you until it's already done.
Yeah.
Okay. It is possible for you to miss. So roll to go aggro, but on a 10+, their only choice would be to cave and do what you want, which would be die.
Good. Die.
Okay.
I choose death.
You choose death, and since you roll a 10+, I assume either they have carpet, as again, like the only person in the room who has a carpet, or you catch the glasses before they break and make noise. One of the 2 things.
Yeah.
Either way, no loud sound is made. There's just silently a crumple as he
Good.
falls.
So
No one bites the dust.
I'm gonna pick up his body, and I'm going to go up the stairs. And I would assume that wherever Fleece is the only lit room. Maybe I see the light coming from behind the door.
Actually, it's a bit different than you. Well, firstly, you see like the hall. It's like a hallway is the first thing up the stairs, and the general hallway light is on. You like peek around the corner, and well, there are a few doors, all of them closed. Fleece, it looks like she is asleep and leaning, like sitting on the floor directly, like right in front of one of the doors, like leaning her back to that door, just like, yeah, leaning against it. Yeah.
All right, so I will. It's not as cool as I wanted it to be now. Oh.
Yeah. Nope. So
All
what's
right.
the point?
Because I wanted to throw the dead body through the door and freak her out, but no.
Right across her lap.
And then just
Like,
tap her on the
place it-
shoulder.
You just sit it next to her, and then wait till she wakes up.
No, I think I will like throw
Transform into
Mash's
him.
body. No, I will throw Mash's body like down the hallway to land like
Right in front of her.
not on her, but like enough that it's gonna jostle her and wake her up.
Yeah.
Hopefully, the first thing she'll see is bloody Mash.
Yeah. That is, I think this sounds like it's either manipulating or seizing something by force. Now, you aren't actually harming her, so I think it's seducing or manipulating her. Do you want her to do something? Because if not, there's no rule.
I don't know. Is provoke fear a manipulation? Like,
Nope, that just happens. I just wasn't sure if you wanted something beyond that yet. Okay.
No, not quite yet.
Okay. Yeah, so there's a thud and sort of a scraping sound as his body lands and slides across the carpet. If he was alive, he would have terrible carpet burn. And
That's
she
his problems, right?
she jumps up like and like begins to look around, and then her eyes stop on Mash's body. There's like that second of like, what am I seeing? And then she like stands up, moves to draw like a pistol from her belt and like look around for who's through it, which in your direction. What do you do?
I think as she like goes to move for her weapon, I just yell, "Fleece, stop!" And I really don't want to be corny and pull a line from Arrow and say you have failed this rig, but it fits.
Okay. Yeah. No, actually, he had a list in season 1. Yep.
Yeah.
This sounds like going aggro, I think, because you did just throw a body in front of her.
Sure.
And I assume you are going to kill her if she doesn't stop.
Yes, that's a 10.
Okay. Yeah, she will stop. She freezes and like slowly turns her head to look at you, and then like, she's never seen anything.
Not quite like me, but
Not
unless
quite
she's...
like you. But she turns her head and looks at you and says, "You."
Slight nod. And I think Aster just says, "You have failed to lead the shepherds. Even now they plot against you."
What are you talking about?
Radar and the others have cut a deal, Dremmer, to remove you.
As soon as you say Dremmer, her face heart like twitches a bit. And she says, Nash, is he part of it?
No. Mash was complicit in a worse crime. The crime you are guilty of as well. You...
Okay, she's as you're talking now, she's very slowly backing up to like just away from you, just like a step every couple seconds.
You would use force against an innocent girl. Beat her to get what you need.
She gave me no choice.
There is always a choice. Does she do anything? She just...
She would say, go inside. She like, she froze before she drew her pistol, so she points just with her finger, to the door that she was sitting in front of. Go inside and see for yourself.
You first.
Okay. And she backs away from you and away from her, so she steps forward and...
Yeah, I give her a little bit of room, you know.
There's one of those large iron padlocks on the door. There's not normally in any of the others. She gets a key and unlocks it. And she opens the door. Yeah, she just steps inside. Are you like right behind her, or do you like? Where are you when we picture this?
Yeah, I'm close enough to, you know, perhaps stab her if she goes for her gun.
Yeah. Okay. This is Felice's bedroom. Actually, it's not. This is the bedroom of another. I don't know what a post-apocalyptic child's bedroom would look like. But this was Bean's bedroom. She turns on like the oil lantern, which is totally what most of the lights here would be. Actually, no, they have electricity. They kind of make it. So never mind. She turns on the light. And lying on the bed, I think, is sort of a cocoon, I'd call it. Like larger than the bed itself, like 9 feet long. And somewhat thin. She says, that's why I took it. I had to.
Is Bean in the pod? Like, can I see? Is it translucent enough?
It's more fun if it's translucent. Yeah, you see a humanoid figure that looks very similar to yourself.
Unconscionable.
What?
Would create more of this.
I'm bringing him back.
You are doing nothing. And I think very coldly he's going to try to just kill her at this point.
No, she was like reaching for a pistol at that same time.
Yeah.
So she was expecting it. Okay. Even better, she would recognize Mercer's knife. as well. That's even better. Okay, roll seize by force. Are you specifically trying to kill her with this roll? Was that was the
Yeah.
11 there?
Yeah, that's the other.
Or okay. What do you choose?
Inflict, suffer little, indefinite control. Fear doesn't matter when you're dead.
Correct. Okay.
It's Caribbean.
Wow. So let me just check something real quick. How much? She's a big pistol, if I remember correctly. Antique handgun. She totally has something like that. 2 harm, close, reload, loud, valuable. So it's 2 harm.
Alright.
Is the base thing, and you said you suffered little, so it's 1 harm minus your armor. So, you just roll plus 0.
Nothing for me.
Also, have you been rolling your -2 from suffering harm from your move?
No, I haven't. Forgotten the -2.
So roll.
I
2d6
won't
-2.
now. Yeah.
That's good. Okay. So you take no harm and do not care for her. Does she even get a shot off? Like, what does it look like? She's dead.
I think like we get that, the monster looming on the victim look where it's just like the shadow over her, and the gunshot goes off and we don't see what happens, and then just arterial spray on the wall.
The bullet ricocheted off your face and nailed Bean right in the forehead.
Nope, got a better plan for that.
Okay.
So yeah, now that she's dead, I'm going to unsling my grenade launcher, take one of them out, and as I'm walking out of the room, just right over the shoulder, and run down the stairs.
All right, roll.
It's got to be acting under
Can
fire.
you roll
right?
to? I was thinking seize by force, but you are both sides of the harm because it's your grenade hitting both of you. I don't know.
Right. I mean, it's the same roll
Yeah.
either way for me. So
That's actually true. Seize by force makes the most sense here because you are.
okay. No! Why now? Why now?
After like 10 consecutive +10s, you finally fail.
Why now?
Okay, let's go to the break
Awesome.
and then let's see what happens.
All right, we'll
I
be
think.
back.
Yeah.
We'll be
I
back in just a little
love
bit.
This. Grigsby and Bean back from the dead to keep fighting.